Welcome back. Coming up on the start of lap number 41 for the North Carolina Education Lottery 200, expected to go 134 laps. It's Chad McCumbee that will bring the field to the green flag. Once again, we're underway.
They made it around one time after that last restart, Phil, and they were 3 wide off the corner, and that's when all that melee broke out. Look at them spreading out there off turn 2 already.
Now, Mike Beam just came on the radio talking with Colin, and he told him lap 90 is what we have circled right here, that we would have to pit if it stays green. Now, they would come for fuel only again if it goes green, but they're hoping it doesn't make it that way. We're going to lap 79 right now.
Because of the rules, they would have to come in for just fuel because you can't do both. And so if they're afraid of running out of fuel, you've got to stop for fuel first.
Well, and if you got to be responsible to your tires. You know, you can't just run them till they blow out. I mean, right now, if I'm all these crew chiefs, I want to go find somebody from Goodyear and hug their neck and say, man, what a tire you put us on here.
Ron Hornaday now on pit road. This is the very nervous time for them. They do not want to see a caution flag come out. Adam.
Lap 86 is when Ron Hornaday will come down for service. The word from Rick Wren, 2 cans of fuel. And it appears at this stage they will not take tires. And driving by him on the pit lane, his teammate Ryan Newman also running in the top 5 when he elects to come to pit road. Both would like to make an adjustment, but they're going to have to settle for fuel. Ray?
2 cans of fuel going in the number 7 for David Gilliland, and we also saw the 4 of Ryan Newman coming.
Problems on the racetrack.
And now the yellow flag is going to come
into the
out.
wall. The 16 of Brian Scott as well. Colin Brown continuing to careen off the inside wall. He was your race leader, and it looks as though he has problems, gets sent to the outside wall, and that brings our 3rd caution out of the night.
And what a horrible break for Ryan Newman and Ron Hornaday and David Gilliland.
All on pit road, and there you see Cat in the Hat, Jack Roush.
What happened there, Bud? I just got hurt, man.
We heard Colin Brown say, I have no idea what I did wrong there. We'll have to check it on replay. I have no idea what he did wrong either.
We've always got a camera that follows the race leader. Here's a look from up above. Trying to get around the 16. It looks like he's moving to the inside, and that's Kyle Busch. Got into the back of him.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, Kyle Busch absolutely got into the rear of that truck and turned him into the outside wall, and then Colin came down and careened into the inside wall. Brian Scott was an innocent victim there as well.
I mean, Kyle just thought that he was going to get in behind the 6, and he totally ran into the right rear quarter of him and crashed him.
What a horrible break for Colin Brown. Here's Kyle Busch. He's trying to go around the outside. Colin Brown stays to the inside to move by Brian Scott. You see his nose on the inside of the 16 truck, so there's no way that Colin was up too high. No. And Kyle just ran into his right rear corner and turned him into the wall.
And you know, Colin Brown was so frustrated there. He's had a tough season, and he was doing everything perfectly.
Ray Dunlap.
Well, Rick, we're trying to get organized down here because we've got a lot going on. The 88 with Matt Crafton is going to be coming in, but right behind him is the 16 of Brian Scott. So they're trying to communicate with them to make sure the 16 is not going anywhere. Crafton's going to go with tires this time, and the 16 stayed out of his way. Adam?
Guess who came out smelling like a rose? The man top of your screen, Kyle Busch. They come in for 4 tires. The last I heard, no adjustments. They will come back down and get fueled. George said they need just over 1 can to make it the distance. Left side tires going on for Busch, and with no problem at all, he will be the first off of pit road. Jason White, the 2nd man, down and away.
So it's the inside wall, takes our leader out of the race.
And because of that move right there, NASCAR has said, Kyle Busch, you need to go to the back of the line. They're calling it rough driving, and so Kyle Busch will go to the back of the longest line to restart this race. That puts Todd Bodine out in front of the field. Matt Crafton right behind him in 2nd. Taylor Malsum is 3rd. David Starr 4th. And Terry Cook rounding out our top 5.
And just like we suspected or talked before all the pit stops were complete, the Kevin Harvick trucks are restarting 1st and 2nd in line. And so they'll be in good shape to try to race their way back onto the lead lap here late in the race. If I'm Kyle Busch, I'm pretty happy. That's all the penalty I got for that. You know, that was a major mistake made there, and NASCAR stepped in and said, okay, we're going to have to do something about that. He can still win this race, though. We watched him do.
Oh, yeah.
We watched the same story about 30 minutes ago when he went from the back to the front.
Yeah, we've got 40 laps remaining, and when we restarted last time, it was about in the 16th spot that he came from the 16th all the way up to the front and was running second. But before that caution happened.
Remember, the front 3 trucks on the outside line, Hornaday the 33, Newman in the 4, and the 7 of David Gilliland, all on the tail end of the lead lap. They need to stay in front of the leader and catch another caution flag.
Oh, this is getting good, Rick. Got 3 trucks up front that are on the tail end of the lead lap before you even see your leader. Lead lap trucks on the inside, and our dominant truck all the way at the tail end of this line.
Green flag back in the air. It is Todd Bodine, your race leader at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
And no, that's not him out front. Right now, that's the 33 of Ron Hornaday. You see Todd, he's the 4th truck in line, that blue truck on the outside line. He moves over, remember, Johnny Script, 3 wide here.
Take a look at this. David Gilliland again on the tail end of the lead.
Todd Bodine sideways.
Bodine goes around. He was your race leader, and into the wall he goes.
Back down through traffic. I hope everybody can dodge him.
Still coming. They're still coming.
So close.
The 2nd race in a row that Todd has trouble, spins on the inside of another truck. Same thing happened to him at Kansas last time out.
That's costly. They got 3 wide down into the corner. Matt Crafton wound up on the very bottom of the track, and when you're in the middle, you're vulnerable.
A lot of damage to the inside of that truck. The driver's side door.
Big break for Hornaday, Ryan Newman, and David Gilliland.
All 3 of them got exactly what they were hoping for, a caution while they were out in front of the leader.
And that'll put the guy that ran 2nd here just a year ago, Chad McCumbee, should receive our lucky dog.
Adam Alexander.
Tough break for Todd Bodine, and this is 2 races in a row, and it's so hard to believe for a guy that has been so successful at 1.5 racetracks, and it is pretty used up. We saw that by virtue of what happened on track, but getting a bird's eye view, watching him pull into his pit stall, the back is crunched in by about 3 feet and major damage on the left front. Todd may be able to finish, but he certainly will not be competitive. This is the 2nd guy in the top 5 in points entering this race to take a major hit here tonight.
Yeah, I don't even think, I think they're gonna have to go behind the wall and work on that sucker.
There's another view. You see Todd on the inside of David Gilliland. Now Matt Crafton's going to make it 3 wide. Nothing wrong with it. You see he's down on the bottom.
And he even gave him the corner. He let off, and Todd went ahead and dove in the corner. And when he turned left, hard late there, Phil, there just wasn't any air on the right side of that truck. And watch this red truck. Oh, wow. So close. That's Chris
Jones, I believe, in the 87, did a nice job avoiding him. Here's another view. You see Todd, Matt Crafton backs off. Todd's going to get loose and wiggle, and then he chases it up the hill. The closer he gets to the 7 of David Gilliland, the less air he has on the rear spoiler, and around he goes.
And anybody in this field, including Todd Bodine, would have did what Matt Crafton did. Don't blame Matt Crafton for that, right? He had a good run. He just shot down on the inside, and then he even backed off a little bit early and said, okay, you can have the corner. You beat me there. So Matt didn't do anything wrong. Todd's truck just got away from him.
Yeah, and Todd looked as though he was trying to stay away from the 7 of Gilliland, too. He could have went up the racetrack and made contact with Gilliland to save his truck, but he stayed out of that truck, and that got him spun around.
He just drove on down in the corner.
Everywhere. Come on. Dig. Great job. Come on.